Hello and welcome back again. So in this one, let's talk about how we can work with masks. So we have a lot of masking options, and which is very important if you want to mask and alter or sculpt on certain areas, such as this one. For now, let's this part. You just want to sculpt on this part. You can press Control and mask that area, and then you can just control and click on the outside to invert that mask. Hold control and click on outside to invert this mask like this, and then you can only work on that particular area. It's not gonna affect this part. So that's what masking is. That's the basic base of what masking is. ZBrush. So whatever mask you have applied, it's not gonna affect the other part. What is that? If you hold control and click on the outside, it's gonna give you that marquee selection mask. If you wanna go hold control and go to the brush section, you can select from circle, from curve, pen, from lasso. Lasso is important. I can mask like this, you can mask like this, I can blur the mask, I can then rotate it. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, so it's not requiring us to be good. So those were masking. If you hold control, you can draw the mask. If you hold control and alt, you notice there is this negative mask, so you can now subtract the mask. Now you can subtract the mask. You can draw the mask, you can subtract the mask. Same thing will happen if you want to draw it. Suppose you have to draw it, you have to select the mask pen, and then you can paint mask like this. Suppose you have masked this area, but you want to unmask certain parts. You can hold alt while holding control, so that will just unmask it, and this way you can sculpt your mesh. That's it. So that's how masks work. So let's show you some of the cool tricks. Suppose you have masks. There are certain options of masking. When you come to the tools, you will see that there is a separate masking tab on it. There are a lot of options. Let's cover some of them which are important. So suppose you have masked some area, but you are not sure what to do about it. The same thing you can do it. You can inverse it from here, whatever I showed you. If you hold control and click on the outside of the mask, you can flip the mask or invert it. You can clear the mask. So to clear the mask, the shortcut is control dragging. Control drag on outside of the model on the empty area. It's gonna clear your mask. Okay. Cool. Suppose I have this mask. You can mask all. You can blur mask like this, which is control and clicking on the model. You have to hold control all the time when you are playing with mask. This is blurring the mask. You have masked it, you have blurred it, and then you can make manipulation like so. So blurring is helpful when you want smooth transition. That's why we blur it. Okay. So that's what blur is. You can also sharpen the mask, which is Control Alt Click. Same thing, Control Alt Click. Control Click will on the model, outside of the model. Outside of the model will invert it. On the model will blur it, and Control Alt Click on the model will sharpen it like this. Okay, we got it, and make sure you practice it. Otherwise, there's no point. As soon as this video finishes, go and open your ZBrush and practice all the masking techniques that I have shown you. Also, one cool thing is that I wanted to show you is flip by posable symmetry. Suppose you have masked certain area, you want to flip it like this. You can do it. If you have symmetry or you have a posable symmetry, it's gonna flip easily. Or also you can mirror the mask. Same thing. You can mirror the mask. This is pretty cool. You can flip the mask. Pretty cool, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it for the basic masking. For the manual masking, now what we'll do, we'll show you what are these features. These are auto masking features. Auto region will it will analyze the region and then fill the region. I don't use it. Then so the main thing that I use is mask by AO something. You can set the intensity, you can set the distance and mask it. So what it will do, it will figure out the AO part, which is ambient occlusion part, and then mask it out. In this case, these are the ambient occlusion part. Let's decrease the distance and the intensity a little bit and then mask it. So as you can see, we have pretty intricate masks. If you notice, these are the smaller AO masks. Since I have decreased the intensity, also the scan distance, as soon as I increase the distance, it's gonna increase this area as well, like so. So yes, you have to play with it in very manner. That's how you can mask in AOs. If you want to put certain colors on the depths or certain sculpts on the depth, you can mask by AO. The same thing you can mask by cavity. Set the intensity to whatever, set the blur and press mask. Whatever the area which is inside, just cavity, as the word says, it's gonna mask that. In this case, we have some sculpt masks in and some of the cavities. So if you want to blur the mask, it's gonna expand and that's what. Also, you can play with the intensity. So yeah, play with these parameters and whenever you are doing some. So apparently I lost the sound again, so I'm recording once again. So in this one, I think I was about to show you the cavity mask. Let's see. So yes, if you go and hit the mask by cavity, what it does, oh, I already showed you. So it was about to blur it. If you hold control and click on the model, it's gonna blur it. So this is again the same thing. Mask by depth is the depth from camera towards your model, so it's gonna mask the front part and leave the rest of the part, which is the back part. And this is again peaks and valleys. So it's the mask by smoothness. So whatever area which ZBrush finds smooth, it's gonna mask that and unmask the area which it finds it have some detailing or some sculpting. Again, this is peaks and valleys. Whatever is ups and downs, it's gonna mask that. Or you can play with the slider. So next thing is very important and pretty cool. If you have colors in your model, you can use the mask by paint. And in this one, let's fill it the white and color some of the model as red and green. Oh no, it's doing the sculpt as well. Let's undo that and turn off the Z add so that it does not do the sculpting, it just do the painting if you have RGB on. So we have white, green and red colors in the model. So let's show you how it looks. If you click on the mask by polypaint, it's gonna give you a separate box. You can go to the color palette and drag and select whatever color you want to mask. Pretty cool, right? So from that window as well, from your model outside as well, you can select from wherever you want. Let's go back to the mask by whatever that and hue and everything. So yeah, saturation is it just masks the more saturated part, which is white. So yeah, let's go again to the polypaint. Select green. You can also select red, so it masks multiple colors. You have a lot of colors. You can play with the tolerance so that the blurred area, the faded area, it's gonna mask that. It will not leave you hanging like so. So we have red, which is not masked properly because we have not played with the tolerance, but green is masked properly. So you can also go back and play with that as well, and it's gonna mask your parameters using tolerance. That's it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one, and make sure you practice all these and you get a hang of using control, because you cannot go along sculpting without masking is very important feature of sculpting. In any software, masking is important. If you want to sculpt in certain parts, if you want to paint a certain part, you have to mask. I don't know if you have used Painter, but there as well, masking is very important. I'm just showcasing a demo of if you have unmasked area, you can easily manipulate that. So that's pretty much it for this one, and make sure you subscribe, because a lot of more interesting ZBrush for Dummies videos are coming up. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace.